Naresh, is it
Okay, fine.
Yeah, shall we start, sir?
Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah, so good evening to one and all present in today's motivational talk session. I welcome you all again on a wonderful evening to have an experience of another motivational session by another eminent speaker in the country. I'll start the evening by quoting JFK's quote, and I quote, efforts and courage are not enough without purpose and direction. The main idea of this motivational talk series is to induce confidence amongst you because we all believe that tomorrow belongs to you and you need a certain direction to take our country to a better habitable state. At the outset, I'd like to request our Honorable Director, Mr. Shivaji Bandyopadhyay, for his welcome address in this evening.
Very good evening to Professor Bijan Sarkar, my colleague at NIT Silc, and above all, the BTech first year students who have joined today's program. The induction program for the 2020 batch is now in its full swing, and the 3 weeks program, so it is going to be over by the end of this week. And I understand all the events are at their peak, and so the motivational talks also. I do believe that is because we have have not heard Professor Sarkar earlier. So the perfect setting for sharing his talk, listening to him. If you remember, the big stadium that we showed on the day of the orientation program, the big stadium where the speaker was standing at the front, and the students, all the BTech first year students, they were there in the stadium itself. And if you just can imagine, that is, Professor Sarkar is trying to make a point, asking a question to the students. Maybe there were 3 columns basically. So maybe the left column was selected. And if the answer is not coming from the left column, he continues moving from the left to right and the right to left of that, say, more than 50-meter wide path. And unless and until you respond, so he is not, say, moving to the next part. And similarly, the whole atmosphere becomes an responsive environment altogether. This time, in this online program, obviously we cannot create such a situation. But what I have shared with my colleagues is that whenever Professor Sarkar will be looking for a response from the students, you will be raising your hands. So that is by clicking on the raise hand. And with that, the speaker might be, speaker will be put on by our control room. You will be giving the answer and then you will be going back to your hibernation. This is point number 1 that I wanted to share. Second thing is that the kind of your responses, your performances in all the 15 variants of the induction program activities, and the way we try to make it in the online version. I was looking through some of your submissions that you submitted in the Google Drive, whether it is, say, the debate or dance or painting or say the photography. And I was, say, looking, say, whenever your face is there, so looking at the smiling faces, and I understand all of us believe that that smile have brought thousands of smiles in the faces of your parents, your near and dear ones who are there with you, and all of you enjoyed this period of being togetherness. So what I always tell our students is that, say, sometimes you might feel that you are being locked into your area, you are not able to talk to your friends, meet with them, not coming to able to come to your hostel, attend your classes. But at the same time, if you think that what you have got in return is basically staying with your parents and with your brothers and sisters and the seniors in your family, enjoy that period, because we do believe that maybe sooner, not later, I should say, that is obviously time will come when you'll be able to visit the campus, and then going back to your home. So that will occur very infrequently. And so then the memory will come back, that is, okay, once upon a time when the pandemic was there, I used to spend a lot of time with my near and dear ones, seniors, and etc. Now, when you talk about campus, you must have seen the official Facebook page of NIT Silchar and the website also. And there was that announcement that NIT Silchar in the 2020 UI Green Metric World University Ranking on Sustainability has achieved the 250. So what is important is not the exact ranking, but what is important is the area on which this ranking is being provided. So we this year we thought it a point that because we focus on environment, the whole country focuses on environment as well as on sustainability, because whenever you are on the development path, you will have to work on the environment. So whatever you have, say how far you are maintaining these your different environmental resources, how far you are, say, developing on top of that. So that is basically the idea of the sustainability. That is what you take from the nature and what you give back to the nature in itself. And sustainability is not only in terms of the environment, but because the education and research are also important points. Because what the students learn on sustainability in an institute or university environment, they basically take it forward to whatever in future they are going to have their experiences with. Now, this sustainability ranking, so that was based on the 6 areas. One was the settings and infrastructure, then energy and climate change. And you must have been known by this time that in the area of the renewable energy, NIT Silchar is doing its bit, whether it is the solar power, that is solar plant, rooftop solar plant, or it is the solar water heater, or it is the solar street lights. Then the waste disposal, because say already we have declared NIT Silchar as a plastic free campus, and by that we literally mean it. And but again, say when you have say more than 7,000-8,000 people in the campus, so a lot of waste will be generated, and how that can be processed in the not only in the kitchens or in the canteens, but also in the laboratories at the same time. Then water is an important part in terms of sustainability, and so those areas, that is where say conservation of water, then storing of water for future use, the lake water and etc. Then transportation also takes an important part, and the last part is obviously the education and research. And again, if you remember, on the very first day when I shared the ranking story, we focused that we basically look into ranking for reassessing ourselves. That is, where do we stand, and how we can move to the next step, how we can take to the next step forward. So we identify our strengths, we look into our weaknesses, opportunities, and the challenges or the threats that lie before us. And the purpose of taking part in a ranking scenario is basically to reassess ourselves, and this reassessment was in terms of the environment and sustainability. And we are now looking forward, that is how we can take this score in the next level. So that we'll have to see, that is how out of these 6 areas, say which areas will get a priority. So that we need to have a priority kind of thing, because say we cannot do all the things with the same kind of priority, same kind of focus. But the ultimate objective, obviously, we want to improve on the ranking part, but at the same time, we want to see that the carbon footprint contribution by NIT Silchar on the world itself, so that is lessened by our contributions in terms of sustainability. And we are eagerly waiting for your return into the campus so that you can be a part of it. So what will be for further details about that is which say URLs are there for this green metric ranking. You visit the official Facebook page of NIT Silchar. Its link you can find out in the NIT Silchar website also. Visit it, fill it, and share it also, so that the message from NIT Silchar that spreads not only within the country but across the globe. So it is a good day for all of us to share news with you. And I wish in today's program also, it will be a lot of good experiences. So over to Dr. Arif.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir, for your motivational words and announcing to the youngest stakeholder of the institution about the recent achievement that we have received, having 275th rank in the World UI Green Metric ranking. So congratulations to all the first year students as well, because they are going to be here for not less than 3.5 years in next years. Now I'm extremely happy, and I take this opportunity to introduce Professor Bijan Sarkar before you. Professor Bijan Sarkar is from Production Engineering Department, Jadavpur University. He is a professor and was former head of the Department of Production Engineering Department, Jadavpur University. He was also the former director of Institute of Business Management, National Council of Education, Bengal under Jadavpur University. He has more than 3 decades experience in teaching, research, training, and consultancy in production engineering and operations management. He has conducted several projects sponsored and supported by Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, University Grants Commission, UGC, New Delhi, Usha Telehoist, etc. He has organized several in-house training programs, made engineering faculty development, others. He has actively involved in disseminating holistic, eclectic, and exotic ideas and thoughts for management development program in organizations like Indian Oil, Gun Cell Factory, Stewards and Lloyds of India Limited, Alstom, Bengal Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Andrew Yule, etc. He also has delivered invited lectures in Aegon University, Greece, Aston University, Birmingham, England, and visited various engineering institutions as an expert member of AICTE. He has attended different meetings convened by University Grant Commission, IIT Kharagpur, Indian Statistical Institute, Kolkata, National Institute of Technologies, Rourkela, Patna, Silchar, Agartala, and Indian Institute of Information Technology, Bhagalpur, and DRDO, Bangalore, etc. He also has worked as chairman in Production Engineering Division, Institute of Engineers, India. He already have guided 27 PhD scholars and published more than 200 papers in reputed journals like International Journal of Production Research, Applied Soft Computing, Neurocomputing, Materials and Design, Computers and Industrial Engineering, Benchmarking, International Journal of Industrial Engineering, etc., with H index of 29. He is an associate editor of Op Research Elsevier journals. His professional affiliation he has received Emerald Literary Network UK Outstanding Paper Award in 2006, the Institute of Engineers Certificate of Merit in 2002 and 2003, and recipient of Silver Medal and Best Paper Awards from Indian Institute of Industrial Engineering during 2002 and 2003. Professor Bijan Sarkar has given his kind consent to take his time out from his busy schedule to interact with our first year undergraduate students in this induction program, and we are extremely happy to have Professor Bijan Sarkar today amongst us. I would like to request Professor Bijan Sarkar to start his session.
Very good evening to all of you. I think I'm audible, Professor Arif.
Yes, sir.
Okay. First of all, it is a very good evening to all of you. I'm thankful to Professor Shivaji Bandyopadhyay, Director, NIT Silc, and other faculty members of the organizing committee for giving me this opportunity to share with you the ideas we have got, we inculcate and cultivate in our research area, so that our next generation of India can go forward with the torch bearers for the 2050 years. So once again, I am thankful to Wasim Arif for the kind words he uttered during the introduction part. I really, once again, I thank all of you for your kind consent and kind in giving the opportunity to share with you. Now, coming back to my presentations, is it visible? Hello?
Yes, sir.
No.
No visible. Okay.
No, sir.
Share. Let me go to share.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now it is visible. But your audio is not there, sir.
Now audible? Hello?
Yes, sir. I am audible, sir.
Oh, okay. Now it is clear, picture is clear, PPT is clear.
PPT
Yes.
is okay, but there is some other window is there. Just you drag it, sir.
Just a minute.
Just you drag it.
That may be because of the animations. Go to the next slide.
Go to,
Sir, go to next slide and check, sir.
okay.
No. So that is the windows of the Cisco only. So just you need to minimize it. Click on the top, sir. It will be minimized. Click on the top.
Show the grid view, it is.
You can close it. Just you drag it, sir. Whether it is moving or not. Click on the top and drag it.
Let me try. Baba, Babu,
Sir.
just a minute. এটা একটু সরাবে।
স্যার ওইগুলোকে ড্র্যাগ করে সরিয়ে দিন। হ্যাঁ।
Now it is visible? It is clear?
নো স্যার।
Hey, Babu.
Sir, there is one more window. Just you close that window, sir.
এটাকে ক্লোজ হচ্ছে না, তুলে দিতে বলছি।
Just cancel it.
ক্যান্সেল করা যাচ্ছে না। রিভার অ্যাক্সেস করছে।
এটাকে ড্র্যাগ কি সাইডে সরানো যাচ্ছে?
Dr. Wasamari,
Yes, sir.
I cannot remove the window. There is no
Sir,
option.
stop sharing and
Yes.
resharing it. Close all other windows on laptop except the PPT.
Oh, the NIT Silc is controlling your computer. Acha. What is coming to the top of the slide? NIT Silc is controlling your computer.
Cancel that request, sir.
Sir, cancel. Cancel.
Sir, just you stop sharing and again you can start, sir.
Stop sharing. Acha. Let me.
স্টপ শেয়ার করে আবার রিশেয়ার করুন স্যার, তাহলে দেখুন।
দেখছি। But
Still it is like that only.
uh,
Sir, just come out from the slideshow.
acha.
Come out from the slideshow.
Okay.
Just press escape.
No, I'm stopping the sharing.
No. Just come out from the slideshow.
How to come out from the slideshow?
Escape.
Oh, acha,
Please.
escape. Okay, escaped.
I think this is fine. Later.
Can you remove the from your end?
You can send us, sir. Can you send the PPT to us?
Sure. I am sending to director's mail.
NIT
Okay, NIT Silc. I'm sending.
silchar@nits.ac.in.
No, I am sending to the director's email.
Okay, sir. Arif sir.
Yes, no, sir.
Yeah, so you present the PPT, na? I control the panel.
No, you can do that from your end. Shall I do?
Because I have to control, I have to give the mic to the students. Na?
Oh, I can share, no problem.
Okay.
Hello, Professor Hashim. Washim. Hello.
Yes, sir.
I sent it.
Yes, sir. I'm yet to receive. Once I receive, I'll share it, sir.
Okay.
So you have forwarded to our directors.
Ha.
Professor Sarkar, I'm yet
हाँ
to receive that email.
अच्छा 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 can I check once, can I try once again with this here?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, let me try once again. Oh,
Yes. Sir, you can proceed like this.
okay. Oh, okay, dear friends, we are late in starting our presentations. So our object title of this presentation, Innovation in Education. Because you're the first year BTech students, you are coming to one of the wonderful Institute of India, NIT Silc, and where you will be getting a world-class education, clear. But what we actually mean by innovation in education, let us see. Our next slide talks about what is meant by innovations. Now, the different definition as given by the Chamber Dictionary, they are talking about a thing introduced as a novelty or revolutionary idea. So this is the idea. This is the concept of innovation as per the definition of Chamber Dictionary. Webster is talking about something new, something holistic, and introduction of the new things or methods. This is the definition of Webster. Now, let us see the Oxford Advanced Learner Dictionary. What Oxford Advanced Learner talking about? The introduction of new things in education, ideas in education, or ways of doing something. New idea, new ways of doing something. Anything new, whether it is a new idea, new things, or new way of doing the thing, it's a novelty. A new idea, way of doing thing, also known as the innovations as per the Oxford Advanced Learner Dictionary. Now, what is education? Basically, education is meant for the edification and enlightenment of the student's mind as well as the teacher's mind also. Now, the consummation and the culmination of education is the evolution of clinicalized from cortex I. We all have the cortex I, all have cortex I, but we need to have the clinicalized so that we can easily understand, so that we can really take the appropriate action for making correction of the optimal decisions. Now, the motto of United Nations organizations on education is that learn to live together. How to live together? That is the important criteria. Now, if we see what Galileo said 400 years ago, he said that you cannot teach a man anything. You can help him find it within himself. Everything is that within the student. So only the teacher, the role of teacher is to help the students to find that desired result. Every student is a prodigy of ingenuity. That's the important point. Dear friends, please write it down. If you have the pen, pencil with you, please write it down. Every student is a prodigy. Every student is unique in a characteristic, unique. Everybody has got a wonderful mind. So that is why he or she can do his own way of doing the things. So the thing is that every student is unique. Every student is unique. Whether it is a painting, whether it is a mathematics, whether it is a physics, whether it is a chemistry, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, civil engineering, mechatronics, IoT, whatever way, every student is a prodigy of ingenuity. That we must remember. I may not be strong in mechanics. I may be strong in economics. I may be strong in English. So that's the important point. Find out your strength point. Our strength point. Now, Bloom's taxonomy. George Bloom is a great educationalist, psychologist of America. In 1956, he introduced the concept which goes by the name Bloom's taxonomy. Now, it is a KSA to ASK. You can see initially it was the KS is knowledge, skill, and attitude. But modern concept is the reverse of that. First ASK, you can easily remember ASK, attitude first, then skill, then the knowledge. Attitude of learning the subject matter, attitude of grasping the ideas, the first thing, and the knowledge you can say far off, because knowledge we can acquire from the different sources. Knowledge, what is knowledge that we shall also be learning? What is meant by knowledge? We acquire knowledge from the different segments, from the text, from the books, from the journals, from the teachers, even from the Googles. Nowadays, Google is available, so we can get knowledge. So that is why knowledge has been kept far away. The first and foremost thing is the attitude of mind. Whether I have the attitude to learn it, to grasp the idea, to apply it, to implement the idea in our day-to-day life. Next point is very important. We must learn. Next, and unlearn, that is forgetting. And the third point is the relearn. So it is a cyclic process. Learn, unlearn, and relearn. It goes on. It was stated by Socrates 2,300 years ago from today. It's still valid as on date, as on time. In India and across the world, learn. Initially, whatever we are learning, then we go for what is known as the unlearn. We forget the items. Then we relearn. Relearning is a new way of learning the thing. Now, but you can see here the very beautiful difference between station master and the schoolmaster. And this is, you also write it down. Station master minds the train, and the schoolmaster trains the mind. So the training of mind is very, very important, because it is the mind which actually sees. It is the mind which actually works. It is the mind which actually grabs the idea. It is the mind which will actually inculcate and cultivates the ideas. It is the mind which actually acquire the knowledge. It is the mind which actually realize the situation. And it is the mind which can reproduce the items. And it is the mind which can answer the questions. So that is why inculcation and the cultivation of the mind is very important. So station master minds the train. Minds the train means which train is coming to which platform, at what time, and how many passengers will be there, how many bogies are there. So these are all the purview, lying within the purview of the station master. But it is the schoolmaster. The schoolmaster trains the mind of the young students, so that they can see the thing from his or her own perspective. So that is why the schoolmaster minds the train. Please. Trains the mind. Schoolmaster trains the mind. Please write it down. Station master minds the train. Schoolmaster trains the mind. training of mind is very important. And now we are talking of the mind, training of the mind. Schoolmaster trains the mind. The mind has got the two components. One is the conscious mind and there's the subconscious mind that we shall be seeing later on gradually. But please write it down. Station master, mind the train, schoolmaster trains the mind. And this mind is the subconscious mind. And we shall see in our later slides also. Now, mind is a garden. When you say the mind is a garden, the subconscious mind is a garden. I think you have seen many gardens in India and also abroad. Even NIT Silc has got a wonderful garden. And when you will be visiting NIT Silc campus, you will be really delighted with the beautiful trees, the flowers, different horticulture places in NIT Silc. You will be really astonished. So the thing is that mind is a garden. Why is mind is a garden? Now we shall answer why we are calling the mind, the subconscious mind is a garden. Answer to this question is C. So it is the input is the seed and output is the fruits, the flower or the food. Now you see the whatever seed, the input, the thought, we shall see that seed is a thought. We are implanting to the soil and it's a garden which is processing and we are getting corresponding fruit of the flower. Now you see whatever seed we are implanting the flower seed, we shall be getting the flower. It is a rose, it is a pink, it is a gladiola. So what type of flowers? Now we are implanting paddy, we shall be getting the paddy. Jute seed, we are implanting the jute, we shall be the jute. Now we are planting the banana, guava, apple. So we shall be correspondingly, we shall be getting the food, the fruits. That fruits, either it may be banana, it may be the apple, it may be the guava, it may be the orange. So what type of seed we are planting, and we are getting the fruit. So we can say the fruit is the dependent variable and seed is the independent variable. Now you have learned in class 9, 10, what is the function of x? Why is the dependent variable? F is the explicit function and x is the independent variable. Now here you can see seed is the independent variable. Seed is the independent variable and the fruits or the flower or the food is the dependent variable. So whatever fruit we want, whatever flower we want, whatever food we want, whatever activities we want, so that depends on what type of seed we are implanting in our mind. And then next slide will talk about the metamorphosis of the thoughts into actions. The thought, whatever thought we are implanting in our mind, mind is the subconscious mind. We shall study the mind in details because it is the mind which actually works. It is the mind which actually sees the thing. It is the mind which actually calculates metamorphosis. Everything is going on inside the mind. But we cannot see from outside where is the mind. But the man has got, every man has got a mind because every student is the prodigy of ingenuity. Every student has got a wonderful, unique mind. So whatever thought we are implanting in our mind, the processing unit, what we are using, what action we are doing, what activity, the output. Output is the function of the all is input. So the action is a function of the thought. So it is mathematically proved. You can verify, and you have already done. Now you have passed class 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You have passed joint entrance, and now you are coming to NIT Silc for the BTech first year courses, different engineering branches. But you see the action, what you have done in your joint entrance, in your class 10, 11, 12 classes. So all based on your thought. So whatever thought you have implanted in your mind, the subconscious mind that we shall study, and you are getting the action you have done, your performance, your activities, all being shown by your thought. Now, tips of the iceberg. Now, you have heard of the iceberg. Now, you see, red line is the water level. Is the differentiate between water. The top is the air and the bottom is the water. And you can see the fourth item, the captain is visible when a ship is moving in the ocean. Ship, yeah. I think you know that great ship, Titanic ship, which collided against the iceberg in the North Atlantic Ocean, which was traveling from England to America, New York, on 1915 12 April, the journey. It collided on 15 April, almost in mid of North Atlantic Ocean. Now the thing is that the captain, you can see the captain. What is the role of captain? The captain sees the iceberg. It can, through the telescope lenses, it can see that the presence of the iceberg, and the driver who is inside the engine room, who cannot see the top level. Driver is getting the information, and the guidance from the captain, and driver is moving the ship accordingly. So the captain is seeing, and it is passing the ideas, the guidance, the move 15-degree right, or the north, or the 30-degree south. So driver will move accordingly, move the ship accordingly. One thing is that the captain, well, I said that our mind has got the two components. One is the conscious mind, the captain, which we see. Now, we are all listening to this lecture, this presentation. This is the conscious mind. And the subconscious mind, which we cannot see, which is behind the water level, subconscious mind. So all the ideas, all the concept, all the philosophy, all passing through from the conscious mind to the subconscious mind. From the captain, as a signal, as the information passes from captain to driver, exactly the same way our thoughts, whatever thought we are implanting in our mind, from the conscious mind, it comes to the subconscious mind. Subconscious mind cannot understand a joke. It is a slave. The tip of the iceberg is the master. It gives the directions, it gives the policies, it makes the policy, it gives the formulations, but is a slave. The subconscious mind is the slave. It acts, it follows the instructions. Now next slide, we'll talk about what is the IQ and EQ, intelligent quotient and the emotional quotient. The first point, you can see at the bottom, you can see 1 and 2 and the 4 already shown. Now the item 1 is talking about what is the visible, what is IQ, intelligent quotient. I think you know that mental age by the chronological age, and emotional quotient, which cannot be seen from outside. So it is the emotion of every individual, his ability to understand, to interpret, to respond. Yeah. So consider it. So these are all the behavioristic pattern which is related to the emotional quotient, and it is particularly related to the thalamus and hypothalamus of our human brain that you have studied in class 9 and 10. Then the item number 2, you can see the visible side, the captain, that is the conscious mind, is the master, and our subconscious mind is the slave. Please, friend, my request to all of you, please draw this figure. This will be very much helpful in your later life, not only your 4 years staying in NIT Silc, but also in your rest of your life till death. I can assure you this will be helpful till death, because it is the conscious mind is the master. It gives the directions to the subconscious mind. Subconscious mind basically slave. Whatever you do, whatever we act, or whatever we calculate, whatever we measures, whatever recognizes, so all the slaves to the masters. Then very important point is that the item number 3, you can see the man the known and man the unknown. That's a great book. We know the man. I know we know his height, weight, chest, his blood pressure, everything is known. But man the unknown, his behavioristic pattern is not known. His temperament, considerability, empathetic. So these are not known. So it is unknown. On the 5th item, you can see we talk about the cognitive mind and the emotional mind. Already I said that which can which have the cognitive sense, the mind can sense it, and the emotional mind which acts according to the direction of the cognitive mind. Now, next is the tacit knowledge and is the explicit knowledge. Tacit knowledge and the explicit knowledge. Basically, we shall see later on the pansophy. There is a great word, you can write it on pansophy. It's the embodiment of the tacit knowledge and the explicit knowledge. Dear friends, what is meant by explicit knowledge? Explicit knowledge is data. Now we are talking the big data analytics. We are coming to the big data analytics. Now very simple is the data. We're talking about the statistics. We can measure it. Yeah? Like what is the education? What is your height? What is your weight? What is the chest? What is the blood pressure? So everything is measurable. But the tacit knowledge, which cannot be measured. Responsiveness is ability to understand the phenomenon. So these are tacit, which cannot be measured. But when you're talking about the philosophy, this very powerful word philosophy is the embodiment of the tacit knowledge and the explicit knowledge. And there is the last one is the subconscious mind and your conscious mind. The subconscious mind, we are in the IOKIN, almost is at 17, 18 hours conscious mind working, but subconscious mind 24/7, it non-stop working. Even during sleep, when we are sleeping, then subconscious mind working. Our heartbeat, our digestive system, our urinary system, everything is going on. Our heart, the circulation, blood circulation, all taken care of by the subconscious mind. Now the same thing, all road leads to Rome, different items, but all are going to the same place. So that is why this is also a very important point. Now we know 1 light year that you have learned in class 7, 8, that almost 10 to the 13 kilometer. Now decade year, light travels during that 1 decade, 10 years, so 10 to the 14 kilometer. 1 centenary year, 10 to about 100 years, so 10 to about 15 kilometer, light travels this distance. See the distance, 10 to the 15 kilometer. Now, 1 millennium year, 10 to the 16 kilometer, 10 to the 16, huge. But you can see our subconscious mind, the depth dimension of subconscious mind is even much greater than that the millennium year. In other words, it's very difficult to fathom the unfathomable depth dimension of subconscious mind. Dear friends, the previous slide where you have seen the tip of the iceberg, which is conscious mind, but subconscious mind is unfathomable. It's very difficult to fathom. So that is why if we utilize our subconscious mind to a large extent, everybody will be benefited. Everybody, irrespective of the caste, culture, creed, age, location, gender, irrespective of all these things, everybody will be benefited. Everybody will come up with the upbeating response. So my friends, think about the matter and do accordingly. Now, already I have said panoply is the tips of the iceberg and the submerged iceberg. Panoply is the combination of the tips and the submerged iceberg. Now, panoply, it is the embodiment of the explicit and tacit knowledge, I have already said. And panoply is also the agglomeration of the outer engineering, inner engineering. Now, when we are coming to NIT Silc, you will be studying in computer science is the outer engineering. It will be mechanical, civil, electrical, metallurgical, whatever subject you are talking, this is the outer engineering. But what is meant by the inner engineering? Inner engineering, your responsiveness, your ability to respond, your ability to understand, your ability to represent, your ability to implement those ideas. So when you talk about the panoply, it is the combination of agglomeration of your outer engineering and inner engineering, your friendship, your responsiveness, your collaboration, cooperation. So these are all falling under the purview of the inner engineering. So dear friends, always think outer engineering definitely, but along with that, inner engineering has also been inculcated. Then that will give the total knowledge, what is known as the panoply. And panoply, it is the aggregation of the outer science and inner science, whether physics, chemistry, math, geology, life science, whatever, along with the inner science, the same thing in a different way. The basic level of learning. We shall be starting very quickly. Basic level of learning, intermediate level of learning, and advanced level of learning. Now, what is basic level of learning? You see the strong propensity, insatiable desire, and indefatigable spirit for acquisition of knowledge. So every student, we said that every student is unique. Every student is a prodigy of ingenuity. So every student has got his own flavor, own inclination to a particular subject, own strength point. So that strong propensity, I must learn it. Suppose it is a mechatronics classes, suppose it is a IoT, Internet of Things. I would like, I have a strong propensity for, MI, that is AI and machine learning. So one may go. And somebody has got the strong propensity for photography. Somebody, horticulture, landscape architecture. Somebody has got the landscape architecture. He or she may go there. So everybody has got the unique characteristics. So the first thing, the basic level is that strong propensity, must have strong desire, insatiable desire, and indefatigable spirit for acquisition of the knowledge. It is better to listen than reading, and it will be best to see with our own eyes, because optic nerve is 25 times larger than the auditory nerves. Now you can, this we have studied in your class 9, 10 life science subjects also. So it is better in the class, attend all the classes. If you don't like, attend the classes and listen to the lectures delivered by the eminent professors of NIT Silc or other places of India or abroad. It is better because you are using all your ears. You are not using your hands, you are not using your mouth, you are using only ears. So it is better. Always please keep it in mind. It is better to listen than reading. Then the assimilation through rumination. So whatever we are learning, we must go on thinking. Like the cows, it is eating the grasses in the morning, throughout morning, in the afternoon, and the evening. You have seen in the countryside that it is taking out whatever items it has grasped. Then it's going on chewing the same thing. So this is rumination is very important. And the very fourth point is that always inculcate and cultivate holistic, eclectic, and exotic ideas and thoughts as expounded and propounded by the stalwart of the world in order to ameliorate and ameliorate in life. Everybody wants to be happy. Is there anybody in this program right now, or in India, or in the globe, in the world? Everybody wants to be happy. So the happiness, well-being is only possible if we inculcate and cultivate the great ideas. Now, intermediate level of learning. You can see here the 5 points highlighted. One is the SWOT analysis, priority analysis, Six Sigma in education and research, lemonade, and the connect the dots. That's the important point. SWOT analysis, even that during the presentation of the prestigious award received by NIT Silc, Director said, Professor Shivaji Bandyopadhyay mentioned about the SWOT analysis. Strength, weakness, opportunity, threat. So every individual has got the strength point, every weakness. I have my own weakness. I cannot run a metro in Kolkata. I cannot run a motorcycle. I can climb a coconut tree. So these are all my weakness. I can swim in an Atlantic Ocean, or in a Pacific Ocean, or Mediterranean Sea. The thing is that these are my weakness. So everybody has got their weakness. We must admit our weakness, but also we have every individual has a strength point and opportunity. Now the question comes, what is meant by opportunity? Dear friends, please write it down the question. Answer will be required later on. What is meant by opportunity? How to find out opportunity, how to explore the opportunity, how to exploit the opportunity. And threat, if we fail to get the opportunity, then there is a threat in our professional life and the career life. Then the priority analysis is a great theory given by another stalwart Italian scientist, Alfredo Pareto, economist. 80-20 rule. 80-20 rule means is that 20%. Basically, the Alfredo Pareto observed in Milan, the city Milan. Milan, AC Milan is their one cricket team in Italy, football team. Now, he was born in Milan, 1848. Now, he saw that 80% of land was possessed by the 20% people, and 20% land was possessed by the 80% people. And it goes by the name 80-20 rule. Even it is valid in everywhere, particularly in total quality management, even social life, corporate life, everywhere you can find out. Even you can find out even in your mobile phone. You have, I think, the students, those, I think you all have the mobile smartphones. Now, in the smartphone, if you can verify yourself, first on-hand experience, on-job experience, you have the 100 connections. You just, after my lecture, you see, you can verify yourself. You have, just see the contact, you have the contact, more than 100. I'm assuming that you have the 100 contact. But if you see for the last 1 year, today is the 8th December 2020, from the 9th December 2019 to 8th December 2020, how many connections you have made? You will see you have connected out of the 100 connections, you have only connected with the 20%, 80% you have not connected. So you can verify yourself everywhere. This is very simple rule, but verify. Even in our studies, intermediate level of learning, how it is related, the subject which you like most. you give the 20% attend 20% subject, 20% subject, and you will get the 80% advantage. 20% subject. You don't go for the 100 all the subjects, but only see the minor subject where you will have the strong point. Yeah? You are very strong in that subject, but you will get the 80% productivity or 80% advantage. So you apply this rule in your life. Then Six Sigma, this is very important in education research. So this is a DIMAC. I cannot show you the DIMAC. You can write down DIAMC, DIMAC. Define the opportunity, define, then analyze, then measure, then control. So these are the things which goes on in a cyclic way. So opportunity, find out the opportunity, measure it, improve it, control it. So these are the things in our education also. Find out the opportunity, define the opportunity. So you have got the opportunity to study in NIT Silc. Wonderful laboratories, wonderful libraries, wonderful faculty members, wonderful facilities, illuminations, desks, hostels, everything wonderful. Even the food's wonderful. So the thing is that, so see the opportunity you have got in NIT Silc and do accordingly. Then the lemon and lemonade analysis. So lemon, this is a great idea. Lemon is a resource, a small resource, lemon. If you have a lemon and make a lemonade, so from a few drops of lemon, you can make 1 liter of lemonade. During hot times, summer, peak summer, a glass of lemonade will soothe you, soothe everybody. So the thing is that what it talks about, whatever resource you have got, whatever you have got, 1 laptop, you have got 1 book, you have got 1 pen, you have got 1 exercise book, you have got 1 pen, whatever you have got. So try to maximize the facilities, maximize the availability, maximize the resources, the limited resources. Basically, when you come to the optimization, and there's a very important subject in optimization in every sphere of engineering systems. So whatever resources, maximum utilization, you can write it down. Optimization in short is defined as the maximum utilization of the limited resources. Everything is limited. I think 86,400. This is a wonderful number. I think you all know from your joint entrance exam of the class 9-10, 86,400 seconds per day. So maximum utilization of the this limited resources. Because if we underuse this time, this research time, then we shall be affected. So dear friends, particularly the budding engineers and the students, so utilize the resources, whatever resources you have got, maximum utilize those limited resources to get the highest productivity. Then the connect the dots, the gleaning, that's the important point. Whatever subject you are learning, whether it is electronics, whether it is electrical, whether it is mechanical, whether civil, and the different subjects, how to connect the subjects amongst themselves. Like nowadays, machine learning and artificial intelligence, how machine learning is connected with the artificial intelligence. So if you can connect, then that will be wonderful and the marvelous result that you'll be getting. And it will give a wonderful presentation even during your interview board. Now, advanced level of learning, there are 3 items are there. However, the high birds can fly. There is still much height left out to be ascended. I think you have seen the birds flying in the sky, but whatever height the birds are flying, but much heights left out, the birds can fly. Next point, very important, a room remaining dark for 1,000 years will be illuminated immediately on arrival of light. So 1,000 of years will not be required to remove the light. So suppose the room where you are listening this lectures, you are listening this presentation, the room, that room is locked for 1,000 years. Now, when the room is opened with a light, immediately the darkness of the room will be removed. Immediately, 1,000 years will not be required for removal of the darkness. So immediately, when the light comes, darkness will be removed. And the third point is that as you move gradually towards the North Pole from the South Pole, the latter will be left behind. Now, suppose some of you may be staying in Durgapur or Delhi or Mysore or Bangalore or Mumbai, wherever it is. Wherever it is, as you are moving towards NIT Silc, you will be away from your house. So exactly, whenever you are going to learn a subject very clearly, your certain in a certain way, uncertainty will be reduced. Hello, I am audible to all of you. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. I saw someone is telling that it is not audible. Okay. Now, ubiquitous law of education. Yeah, ubiquitous law of education. This is very important, dear students, particularly first year students. Always remember E equal to T into T into T. The E stands for the education. Step first T, transmission of knowledge. The scale you can see 0 to 1. 0 to 1. And the second T is transactional analysis. I shall explain what is transactional analysis. And third one is the transformation. It is, you can explain with the help of the input-output analysis. So the transmission, first T, transmission of knowledge. The scale is 0 to 1, you can see, or 0 to 100, whatever we call it. And if it is, the minimum value will be 0 into 0 into 0. If T is 0, so everything becomes 0. So education will be 0 or 1000. The minimum value is 0, maximum value is 1000. Now, what is meant by the transmission of knowledge? When teacher is teaching in the class, you have attended the classes in your respective schools, class 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there you have seen the teacher has transmitted English class, mathematics class, history class, geography classes. Then you fail to understand some physics problem. Then you are interacted with the teacher. The teacher made it clear to you. So this goes by the name transactional analysis. Then you have understood and you have modeled, you have developed a new model. So that is the transformation. So ultimate goal of education is the transformation. So according to William Shakespeare, I think you all know William Shakespeare, who was born 500 years ago from today. He said that we know what we are today, but we don't know what we can be. So that transformation. See, that time no computer, no internet was there that time. But the idea was the great idea. William Shakespeare said, what he said, that we know what we are to do. We are student, we are BTech first year. We are student of class 10, 11. We are student of class 5, 6, hardly matters. But what we can be, that transformation. Now the modern concept is in line with the ideas which has been expounded by Shakespeare 500 years ago. Now, the aroma of learning pervades through the laurel learning. That is very important. Every place is a learning place. Every moment is a learning moment. Every person is my pedagogue, preceptor, and ABC guardian. Now, every place is a learning place. Suppose you are coming from Delhi, you are coming from Noida, you are coming from Bombay, you are coming from Nagpur to NIT Silc, you are coming from Bihar, Patna, you are coming from Lucknow, any part of the world, or you are coming from Kolkata to NIT Silc, even you are coming from Agartala to Silc. Now, suppose you are in the station, railway station, or the airport. So observe the airport very carefully. You will find the layout design in the airport, layout design in the stations. Yeah. So safety measures, how the safety measures has been taken care of. So that is a great learning place. And how the icon has been placed inside the advertisement has been placed inside the airport or the railway station or the bus station, bus stop. Even in hospitals, you visit hospital, you see the items which are written on the wall. Clear? So the notice boards, you see the notice board very carefully. You will be enlightened with the ideas that they are giving us. Every moment is a learning moment. Now, dear friends, when you are traveling by car, when you are attending the classes, when you are coming from the hostel to the classroom, or while you are going back from the classroom to your hostel or to your place, native place. So every moment is we're learning. You see the surroundings, how beautiful the sun, the water level, water lakes, and the garden. So those things you just observe very carefully, and it is giving certain teaching to all of us. So that is what is the learning moment. Every moment is a learning moment, and every person is my pedagogue. That is important. Pedagogue is the teacher. Preceptor is the great teacher, and ABC guardian is also teacher. How to remember ABC guardian? Very simple. You can see the ABC. So when we first learned during our childhood, ABC we have learned. So if you look the word, A, B, C is there, ABC is there. ABC guardian. The person who is teaching ABC is the ABC guardian. So every person in the world, whether it's a director, whether it's a peon to a president, is a chaprashi to chairman, or even the auto driver, even the rickshaw puller, even the vegetable vendors, we shall learn from everybody. Everybody is my teacher. If we make our mind in such a way, then only we can learn. So that then the atom of learning will be possible for the laurel learning. This is a very important slide to all of us. Stupendous success in life. You see, this is a Venn diagram. You can see the EPL. You know the IPL, Indian Premier League, and the EPL, English Premier League. But our EPL is the ethos, pathos, and logos. So stupendous success, you can see at the intersection of the ethos, pathos, and logos. So you can see the intersection area in the Venn diagram, intersection area. So ethos, intersection, pathos, and the logos. So what is ethos? Ethos is the articulation, is the hand with which we work. Pathos is the love with which we work. And the logos is the logic, the brain, we think about the matter. So our hand, head, and heart, hand and heart will go simultaneously. Not hand and heart, not heart with the brain, but all taken together. Ethos, pathos, logos, hand, head, and heart, they must work together simultaneously. Then only our productivity, our stupendous success, every sphere of life, it is individual life, family life, social life, and the corporate life. Every sphere of life, it is 100% valid. And more the idea, more success, more the idea. So what we shall do as a student, it is a BTech student, first a BTech student, so we must try to enlarge the area. More the idea, more the success. Now the same thing is given by the input and gain, ethos, pathos, and logos. So you can find out the truth table also. You will get the output will be the true when ethos, pathos, and logos all will be true. Now CWC, you know, the CWC is the Central Vigilance Commission, but Central Vigilance Commission you all know, but our CWC stands for something different. Crescendo is Bhademekam for Carpe Diem. That is the every moment, this very moment, we must inculcate, we must progress, this very moment. So that is our mantras, clear? So that is the crescendo is Bhademekam for Carpe Diem. My students, dear students, please write it down, and remember always, even in the interview board, when you will be going for the final year, when you will be entering the interview board, you can also apply this concept. Crescendo is Bhademekam for Carpe Diem. Now, already I have discussed the byte, data, information, knowledge, and wisdom. With the difference between the data and information, data is the raw material, information is the processed food. Silc, NIT Silc, and the Assam is very much known as, you know, the tea planting areas. You know, and the different flavor teas are there in Assam. So, thing is that when we know that we cannot produce the tea plant in Delhi, you cannot produce the tea plant in Jadavpur, you cannot plant tree in Patna. So it requires lot of waters, plenty of water, which will not stagnate, The plenty of water which will not turn. So it is only possible in the hilly area. So it comes to the knowledge, comes to the we acquire from the experience. But when we talk the wisdom, it is a realization. So too much consumption of the tea may lead to the disease of the body, the human body. So this is what is known as wisdom. Now there is a difference between, once again, there's a difference between, minor difference between knowledge and wisdom. We shall see in the next slide. Knowledge represents the unconnected gleanings, but wisdom exhibits the connected gleanings. What is gleanings? The connection between the different subjects. Now this figure, dear friend, please draw this figure. This is a very wonderful figure. Once again, this is the Venn diagram. In the Venn diagram, the gleanings are connected with the different subjects, like physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology. Now, if we connect those, then we get what is known as the wisdom. But when it remains isolated, disconnected, so it is the knowledge. So knowledge is the input, and by the by, you know that in the final year when you will be coming out, So everybody wants the high package of salary. Now, the same thing, input is the knowledge, the output is the package. So the package is the function of knowledge. So we must acquire knowledge from the different sources, particularly in the classes, what professors are teaching us in the theoretical classes and the laboratory classes, in the workshop and the drawing classes, in the computer classes. We must attend the classes, and we definitely, once we have acquired the knowledge, then definitely you will have the package. Now, wisdom and the case of research, but the research is connected. All the links are connected. So we get the kingdom. Wisdom is the input, and the kingdom is the output. Those will be going after the completion of your 4 years degree courses and 2 years MTech courses, PhD. Then this will be very much helpful for you. Albert Einstein said, ego and the knowledge, they are inversely proportional. If you have the more knowledge, your ego will be less. Now, lifelong learning, this is very important. We talk about the pedagogy, andragogy, and heutagogy, the learner-centric. In the case of the pedagogy, we engage the student in the BTech first year, second year, even the class 4, 5, 6, we engage the student, do this, do that, and all these things. But in the andragogy, the 26 years to 52 years, is the cultivation. Even in Kolkata, if you visit Kolkata, some of you, if you find opportunity to visit City of Joy, there is one center opposite to Jadavpur University, Cultivation of Science. So this cultivation is very important of the subject matter that we have. Now, the next step is the heutagogy realization. So you see, when the age increases, and it's the learner-centric. When the lower level, when the younger generation, it is the teacher-centric. Teacher will help the students to understand the phenomenon. But when we are growing up, it is the learner-centric. The teacher himself, the learner himself will learn the subject matters. Now, flow machine, dear friends, this is very important. Challenges, opportunities, what we have got. ASK, I've already discussed what ASK, attitude, skill, and knowledge. It is independent variable, and the challenge is the dependent variable. Now, let's see one point, anxiety. When our knowledge level is very low, our challenge is very high, then anxiety comes. Students, it is for everybody, not only you, for all of us. When we have the lower level of attitude, of skill, and the knowledge, and challenge, great challenge is that, then it becomes anxious. Anxiety comes to our mind. But on the other hand, when the knowledge is very high, but challenge is low, depression. What shall I do? This is a very simple problem. What shall I do? Now, what we shall see, it is the flow machine. It is talking about with the increase of the knowledge, you also increase the challenge. Then only we can survive. Nomology is another very important part. It is a science of the law of the mind. Basically, that will be learning when you will be going for the research, this subject matter, particularly in the AI. This is taken from the Chambers Dictionary. Nomologies offer a basis for understanding the structure which underlines the qualitative difference. That is most important. We know the quantitative difference. We can measure it, whether it is a voltage, what is the current, but what is the satisfaction of the student, a happiness of a person, how to find out. So nomology is one of the tools, one of the subjects by which we can go for the qualitative measurement. Now, another very important, logotherapy. That is, dear friends, please write it down. Logotherapy, that is a great subject. Logotherapy suffers to explore and exploit the desert in the desert. So whatever in the desert, we know the desert is not available, but we must find out the opportunity. We must find out the opportunity in the desert and explore and exploit the desert to the extent possible. Now, logotherapy basically it was developed by Austria, the Viennese neurologist and a doctor, psychiatrist, Viktor Frankl. Please write it down. Viktor Frankl, the doctor Viktor Frankl. He and his family made a tremendous life, very deplorable life in a concentration cell of Hitler during the Second World War. He found out the man's search for meaning. What is the meaning? And it got the bestseller books. And the logos means the Greek word. It means the study of the God, the meaning, and it possibly the meaning in life. Meaning of life. That's the important. Logotherapy, meaning of life. Now we shall see the basic tenets of the logotherapy: freedom of will to meaning, and meaning of life. One can always discover meaning in life regardless of life circumstances. So that is the attitude. Basically, it is the attitude of the mind. What we have studied at the very beginning, ASK, attitude, skill, and knowledge. So the attitude. So he faced a lot of problems, deplorable condition, starvation was there in the concentration cell. If possible, you study in the book. And book is available in the net also. You can purchase from the Amazon. You will find the meaning in life. So you can see the deplorable condition of the jail where the prisoners had been kept without foods, without cloth, and in the cold condition. A lot of people died of starvation. So under that situation, he observed, Viktor Frankl observed, and then he wrote the books, and that became a very popular. Right now, he is a resident of New York in the USA. Now, logotherapy talks about the attitude. Already I said that attitude, creativity, and experience. So attitude is very much important in the. Now, next very important chapter, is it possible to write it down, neuroplasticity. I have already said what William Shakespeare said, and also Sir Isaac Newton, Leo Tolstoy, Thomas Alva Edison, Henry Ford, Kalidas, Ratnakot, Valmiki, Ashok the Great. At the initial level, at the very early life, they are not very excellent students, but later life, they became great. Question comes, how it's possible? Now it is the neuroplasticity. Dear friends, you have studied something about the human brain, how human brain works. I think you all know that we have got the two lobes, left lobe and the right lobes. Left lobe makes the logical decision, and right lobe is associated with the aesthetic part. You have the 32, total 64 cortex is there. Now, this cortex makes the different, they takes the pulses from the input, and this processing, basically neural network, there was a different neural network, and then ultimately it gives the output. Now, we shall see what is neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity, also known as the neural plasticity or the brain plasticity, is the ability of neural network in the brain to change through growth and recognition. These changes range from individual neurons making new connections to systematic adjustment like cortical remapping. You have studied, I think, in class 9-10 in the biology, the biological neuron. But this neuron also acts wonderfully. We have the billions of neurons, but we use less than 1% of the neurons. So that is why neuroplasticity, only 30 years old. This is a new subject coming up as a research. If you are interested, you can carry out your research in the neuroplasticity after completion of BTech and MTech. So we can learn many things, how neuroplasticity is giving us a new light. You see, the brain continually recognizes itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. Neural connection always, and this phenomenon is known as the neuroplasticity. You can see on the right hand side brain that you have learned in class 9-10 in your biological classes. So we have the thousands and thousands, billions of neurons are there. So new neural connections always, because we rewire. You have the electrical wire in your houses. So we say, please write it down. This is very important question. Always rewire the wire. Please write it down. Rewire the wire. W-I-R-E. R-E-W-I-R-E. Rewire the wire. W-I-R-E. So electric connections is similarly our brain neural network neurons. That neurons should be connected always in a new way. Now you see that two types of brain plasticity. What is neuroplasticity? It is talking about brain's ability to change and adapt. On the first column you can see, and the second column, the type 1, the type 2 is talking about the structural plasticity. The father is reading a book, sitting on the sofa, and mother is making certain tea, and the child is playing with the cubes. Now, experience of the memories changes the brain's physical structure. Now, the child is seeing with the eyes, is handling with the hands, and is listening through the ears. So hands, heads, and ears is making. But you can see they're putting one after one and making a vertical pillar. Now, The functional plasticity, talking about the brain functions move from the damaged area to undamaged area. So the people now were talking about this neuroplasticity to large extent. Now, Hebbian learning. This is also a very important part. Donald Hebb proposed that very important that state that if the neurons can be excited with the ith to the jth neuron, then definitely its activation will be going on, and the synaptic connection between the two neurons is strengthened. This is very important point, strengthened, and the neuron J becomes more sensitive to stimuli from the neuron I. We shall see here in the Hebbian learning, we see neurons that fire together, wire together. Dear friends, please write it down. Please write it down. Neurons that fire together, wire together. That is important. If you go on learning, even you have seen the pedagogy androgogy in heutagogy 52 and 90 years. So when you will be reaching the 60, 70 years, so they are also neurons that fire together, wire together. And then that is the way we learn and we carry out, we make decisions. Now, Hebbian's law of connection, talking about the neurons that fire together, wire together, neurons that fire out the synchronization fail to link. And if we do not use them, the neuron will lose them. So that is the important point, that we must utilize our neurons. So every day inculcation, the cultivation of our studies, regular studies, thinking process, so that will make our neurons active and activated. And when the neurons are activated, obviously our fertility of the brain will be developed. Now, our mind is essential and associating machine. Dear friends, also a very important slide. Please write it down. Our mind is essentially associating machine. Connect the dot, like the connect the dot. Left lobe with the right lobe. Left is meant for the logic. How to connect the dot? L for left, L for logic, and right for the aesthetic. If we can match it, if we can combine this together, then definitely we can make wonderful result. We can get wonderful result. There are 1,000 examples of that. I'm not going into details of this. So you can find yourself how to make the physics with chemistry or English with mathematics. So there are 100 examples up there. I can tell you only one example. I think you have seen the spa beauty parlor, spa, SPA, spa. So what is spa? S for Socrates, P for Plato, A for Aristotle. You can see the Socrates is the teacher of Plato, and Plato is the teacher of Aristotle, and Aristotle is the teacher of Alexander. So SPAA. So this way you can remember. And today is 8th December, and 22nd December is National Mathematical Day. I think you all know the National Mathematical Day is the birthday of Ramanujan. And what is the Ramanujan number? How to remember Ramanujan number? I think you have studied in class 8, 9, and the Nadisa invaded India in 1739. Now, if you subtract 10 from 1739, this is 1729. So why it is a wonderful number? Because I think you know the history. So it is the summation of 2 cubes. So 1 cube plus 12 cube is another way, 9 cube plus 10 cube. So this is the Ramanujan number. And 22nd December is the National Mathematical Day, National Mathematics Day, and it is the birthday of Ramanujan. So dear friends, so this is the by some way, if we can associate our left lobe and the right lobe, connect the dot, only connect the dot, then we can improve our memories. Now, this is another very important, you write down circle of concern and circle of influence. This is very, very important. Circle of concern and circle of influence. What is circle of concern? The bigger circle, factors we have no control, like price of gas, rainfall, we cannot control. Other people's action, war in the Middle East, we cannot. Who the next president will be, we don't know. Other people's opinion, we do not know. But inner circle, circle of influence, the factors, and circle of influence, the factors we can control. My words, my behavior, my actions. So that is our within our control. Suppose you are not getting a ticket, the air ticket or the train ticket, because then alternative way of searching, alternative way of coming from your place of residence to NIT Silc. So you can influence, you can take decision based on the availability, these available resources. Yeah? We cannot control the outside. So that is the circle of concern. We cannot, shown by the red color, we cannot. So if we go on thinking for the controlling the red color, then what is a reactive? But if on the other hand, if we concentrate ourselves on the circle of influence, it is a proactive. And the more we increase the perimeter of the circle of influence, obviously circle of concern will be less and less. And that is why give you the use stress. There are two types of stress. One is the distress, another is the use stress. The people get stressed, distressed. So if we concerned with the circle of concern, on the other hand, if we concerned with ourselves, our influence, what we can do ourselves, then that is the what is known as the proactive, and that gives the use stress. Now, this two slides talking of the circle of influence, the proactive. We must increase the diameter of the circle of influence. If we go on increasing diameter, my ability, whatever resources we have got, I said that if you have lemon, make a lemonade. That said, whatever resources we have got, so make the maximum utilization of the limited resources. So if we go on increasing this circle of influences, yes, we can overcome circle of concern. On the other hand, if we go on controlling the circle of concern, then the pressure will be coming to our mind, and then that will be reactive and focus, and that will create a lot of mental problems. I have already talking the stress two types: distress, the reactive, circle of concern. If we try to control the circle of concern, the reactive and the distress. On the other hand, we must be proactive, circle of influence. We increase our ability to maximum extent. So if you have a lemon, make a lemonade. So connect the dot by any means. If we can increase our circle of influence, definitely circle of concern will be less and less. So focus on what you can do, and do not waste energy on the things that you cannot do. This is another very, very important topic. Please write it down. Hedonic treadmill. Hedonic. I think you all have seen the hedonic. You have seen the treadmill. You have not the hedonic treadmill. What is hedonic treadmill? The next slide will tell you. This is the description, but next slide will talk about the details of the hedonic. Now you see, you are looking for buying a new car, new laptop, new house, new building, whatever. Now I want a new car because it has more power, fuel efficiency, more space. A new car purchased. Now this car is not powerful enough for or comfortable enough. Then I shall I shall go on next her version. So hedonic. So when it is see this treadmill, so it goes on. The belt, those who are familiar, it goes on. But moving, but we remain the same in the same way. The belt is moving fast, very fast, but we shall remain in the same place. Now, sorry. Now, hedonic treadmill is shown by the time versus happiness. Now you can see the happiness 0 to 50 in a scale. You purchase a pair of sneakers, a mobile, smartphone, then your happiness will be increased. But with the passage of time, it will coming down. Suppose you lost your wallet during a travel, then you are unhappy. So it becomes a 10. Happiness becomes 10. Then once again, you are getting a promotion, then it goes up. So it looks like, base level happiness will remain the same. So whatever we are doing today, we are thinking for, if I get it, I shall be happy. Once we are getting it, our happiness gone. Next one problem comes. So the thing is that be satisfied with whatever you have got. Self-content, what Lord Buddha said. During Lord Buddha, there's no treadmill. No computer was there. No electronic gadgets were there. But what Lord Buddha said 2,500 years ago, the Madhyapantha, the intermediate level, always go for the intermediate level. The same thing in a different way. This was developed, the idea was developed by Beckman, the two British scientists, Beckman and Campbell in 1971. They found out that it is a sinusoidal, but ultimately we come back to the steady level, whether it is happiness or it is the unhappiness. So every vice chancellor had at the student life, similarly, every student, BTech first year, has the outstanding and outstanding future. Now, Japanese proverb is very important. Better than 1,000 days of diligent study is one day stay with a great teacher. So, dear friends, that is why my request, personal request to all of you, attend the classes, all the classes, theoretical classes, practical classes, laboratory classes, computer classes, workshop classes, so that teacher will enlighten you. Because it is, we have seen that our optic nerve is the 25 times larger than the auditory nerve. So that will help us to understand, to grasp the idea. The consilience is another very important. This was Edward Wilson, professor of biology, MIT, USA 1949. Now it embraces, what is consilience? It infuses, embraces, embodies, and encompasses all branches of knowledge in order to have win-win situation without jeopardizing the ecological, ethical, social, and environmental stability. Dear friends, this is the concept which is coming for the next decade. Rather next century, I can say next century. So consilience, we must be consilient. Whatever we are doing, ultimately we are going to the win-win situation. Now, index of happiness. So it talks about, you can see this is a very simple equation. C1 into C2 into C3. C1 criticize. Never criticize anybody. If you do not criticize, it is 10. If you criticize anybody, it becomes 0. Never compare with others. Compare with yourself. If you compare with others, you will get 0. If you do not compare, you will get 10. If you compare with yourself, it's 10. If you do not condemn anybody, your teacher, your director, your vice chancellor, your parents, your father, your mother, even your girlfriend, if you don't condemn your others, it becomes 0. Do not condemn, it becomes 10. If you condemn, it becomes 0. So you can see the index, happiness index, is lying between 0 to 1,000. So everything, we never criticize others. We never compare with others. We never condemn others. If you do not criticize, if you do not compare with others, if you do not condemn anybody, then our happiness will be high, high and high. So only compare yourself today with tomorrow. You compare with yourself, what you are today and what will be tomorrow. So that is good. That is good. But never compare with others. Never criticize anybody in the world. Never criticize anybody. Whether it is your individual life, your family life, your societal life, or it is your corporate life. So after 4 years of you will be joining certain organizations. So never criticize your boss. Never criticize your colleague. Never criticize your sub-staffs. Never compare with your other colleagues, and never condemn anybody. If you do not criticize, if never compare with others, never condemn, your happiness index will be 1,000 and more than 1,000 also. So best is yet to come, and stay hungry, stay foolish, and let us be unstoppable. And thank you.
Students, any doubts? Yes. Nandyal Rai Kumar. You can unmute yourself. Students, any doubts? You can ask the professor. Arish sir.
Yes, Nandayala.
Nandhyala Rai Kumar.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, please.
Anyway, Nandayala.
Ritesh Kumar, you have any question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
Sir, how to control the negative mind?
Very simple. That you have seen the circle of concern and circle of influence. So circle of always concentrate on the circle of influence, the inner circle, and you utilize the resources, whatever resources you've got, whatever limited resources. You have got a book, a single book. Suppose you are mechanics by Timoshenko. You have a one mobile phone, you have a one laptop, you have a one software. Okay? So utilize that software, utilize that book, utilize that pen, that exercise book, utilize the light, whatever resources you have got, limited resources. So maximum utilization of the limited resources by which you can develop yourself, and you will not be dependent on others. So the thing is that very simple way, stay within the circle of influence. And once you are sitting, when we are within the circle of influence, your diameter will be increasing, your perimeter will be increasing, and you will be seeing very quickly that it will cross the circle of concern. Am I clear?
Yeah.
Yes, Sharath.
Yes.
Sharath Garkina.
Sir,
Yeah, you can ask a question. Yeah.
sir, I have a small doubt regarding index of education transaction analysis.
Pardon?
Transaction analysis, sir. E equal to T into T into T.
Acha. That Euclid's law of education. Fine, very good. So it talks about, the T into T into T. The first is the transmission knowledge. You have learned in your class 9-10 transmission of heat. I think you have learned the transmission of heat.
Yes.
Conduction, convection, radiation in your physics class.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
I have learned, sir.
So this is similar to that transmission of knowledge. So whatever teacher is teaching you, even in your when you were a student of class 5 of your school, when you were a student of class 6 of your school, so teacher transmitted the knowledge of history, knowledge of geography, knowledge of biological science, knowledge of literature, knowledge of mathematics, whatever subject you have learned from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and what you will be learning in NIT Silc. So the teacher will be transmitting the knowledge. Whether it is the knowledge of electrical engineering, it is the knowledge of chemical engineering, it is the knowledge of mechanical engineering, it is knowledge of computer science and engineering. So the teacher will be transmitting the knowledge. The teacher is a great part in shaping your future. So teacher will be transmitting the knowledge. And transactional analysis. Now, the teacher is teaching you, but you fail to understand the interpretation of the statement. Like now, then you ask the question. Again, the doubt clearing session. The doubt is still there in your mind. You are not satisfied with the answer. Then once again you ask the teacher, please, can you tell me? Can you tell me once again? A teacher will tell you 100 times. I can assure you, every teacher will tell you 1,000 times. If a student fails to understand, I can assure you, every teacher in the world will try his or her best level to make you understand the point. He or she will make you to remove your clear doubt from your mind. And once the doubt has been removed from your mind, then you go on thinking assimilation through rumination. You go on thinking what are the inputs are there, what is the mechanism is there, what is the output, and then you can yourself develop a model, electrical circuit, hydraulic circuit, mechanical circuit. You can develop a model there, and then that model will become an icon for the institute, and then you can go for the patenting your model, and that is what is known as a transformation. Ultimately, transformation. The teaching and learning process, we are getting the input from the teachers, from the surrounding, from the environment. Okay, fine, but the student, as we are the student, we are also the student. We also learn, we also assimilate the ideas. Then we must make something what is known as a contribution, and that is what is known as a transformation. You have seen the flower. You have seen the flower, the bud of the flower, bud. The bud. Today there is a bud. Tomorrow the flower will blossom. Today you are like a bud, and tomorrow you will blossom. So all dimension, comprehensive development and the flourishment of the student. So that is what is the goal of the teaching learning process, and that is what is the innovation in education.
Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Yes, go ahead.
Sir, you said earlier that never criticize other, never condemns other, but what to do or how to handle when some other does the same for you?
Wonderful question, Ayush Gupta. Wonderful question. I appreciate. This is wonderful because you have already crossed your several classes in your school days. Now, class 5. Ayush, am I wrong?
Yes, sir.
You have passed class 5, class 6, class 7, class 8, class 9, 10, 11, 12, every part. Even you have crossed the joint entrance. Thing is
Yeah.
that while in the class, you compare with yourself. You compare with yourself how you are today, Ayush, and how will be tomorrow, and what you were yesterday, what you was yesterday, and it is tomorrow, today, and what you will be in tomorrow. I told you about Shakespeare, William Shakespeare. I think you know Ayush, William Shakespeare. Have you heard of William Shakespeare?
Yes. From literature, I think.
Right. He's a great teacher. He's not a novelist, not a writer, prolific writer, but he's a great teacher. Now, he said that we know what we are today, but we do not know what we can be. What we can be. See, so that is important, what we can be. So the thing is that whatever knowledge we have got, that E equal to TQ, T into T into T. So we can go on thinking. So teacher has taught in the class, certain mechanics class, certain theorem on computer science circuit theory. Now I come back from the class. Now I take my breakfast. I take my tiffin in the hostel, in the canteen. Then I start my reading. Then I go on thinking what the topic taught in the class. Then I see what are the models, what is the equation developed by the teacher gradually. Even if it is a theoretical class, suppose it's a practical class. So what is the name of the equipment? How the equipment works? What is the working principles? So go on thinking. Then how to modify the equipment? How to modify the equation? Go on thinking. Ask the question, the teachers. So sir, what will happen if this variable changes? What will happen if the interaction of the exogenous variable comes to the equation? What will happen? You go on thinking, ask the teacher. Then this is what is known as the transitional analysis. This way you develop yourself. You will never criticize others. You will never compare with others. Only you can compare with yourself. And then only once you are satisfied with the answer from your teacher, from your guide, from your mentor, from your ABCD guardian, then you go on thinking, remodel the system, remodel. So that is what is known as the value addition. If you can add values to the existing system, then that is a great achievement. That is outstanding and astounding accomplishment in the life of a student. Am I clear, Ayush?
Okay, sir.
Somebody is talking about the neuroplasticity. Some student was asking.
Yeah, anyone?
Yes, sir. I wanted to know about the process of neuroplasticity.
Oh, fine. Thank you. I think your name, please.
Sir, my name is Shaurya Mukherjee.
Sorjo Mukherjee. Okay, Sorjo. Well, thank you, Sorjo, for your wonderful question. Because I think you have studied class 9, 10, some biological life science, human brain.
Yes, sir.
In the human brain. There you have learned about the biological neurons.
Yes, sir.
Axons and synaptic coefficients, and how does it work. Now, in the neuroplasticity, what is talking about, and you know that the quantity of the neurons an individual human brain contains, amount of the neurons in the order of?
Sir, in the order of billions, sir.
Billions, right, exactly. You are absolutely right, Shoji Mukherjee. Thing is that only less than 1%, very minimal amount of neurons we are using. We all, whether it's the teacher, the student, it is across the world, not only in India. Whether it is Falkland or Finland, Java to Geneva, Pakistan to Poland, Ranchi to Karachi, and Vrindavan to Lisbon, hardly matters. Every part of the world, we are using very small amount of this neuron. Thing is that now neuroplasticity surgeon, they're telling the research scientists are telling that if we utilize our neuron to a great extent, because the neuron wires together, then what will happen? We shall get a new dimension. So that is why pedagogy, andragogy, and heutagogy coming into place. Am I clear? So that thing
Yes,
is
sir.
that we go on learning. So that is a lifelong learning. We are talking about the life. After BTech, we shall not stop learning. After BTech, we will go back to industry, but there also go on studying the subject matter once again. That many people are doing. If you go on studying this thing and never compare with others, never criticize others, you will be happy at the same time, and you will be very, very, very reaching to the highest position, the pinnacle of success, pinnacle of honor, pinnacle of dignity, pinnacle of height, and pinnacle of glory. That much I can tell you.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Sir, you stop your presentation, sir. Stop your.
Acha.
Okay, any more questions? Okay, Arif, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the queries, the amount of queries and the enthusiasm we have seen among the student is a testimony that that they have taken the wonderful and vibrant speech of Professor Bijan Sarkar very much. They have liked it very much. I mean, your session is actually instigating some very important queries to their mind. And the most important thing about your session was, I mean, representing the philosophical thoughts into block diagrams and equations. I mean, we engineers are always, wanted to see in the form of equations, and that is something wonderful. I mean, the students are also able to relate their queries to those block diagrams. Yes, I take this opportunity to thank you for accepting our invitation and delivering this wonderful motivational speech for our first year undergraduate students. In future also, we will be looking forward to such kind of a session, and when the new normalcy allow us to reduce our physical distances, we will surely have you in our campus, and our students will be much more motivated to interact with you, sir.
Thank you, Wasim Mahathir. And thank you, Sukumar Pati, Dr. Sukumar Pati. Thank you very much.
Sir, it's not only motivates the student community, I believe it also motivates the entire fraternity of NIT Silc. So we also become motivated by your talk. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, and welcome.
Thank you, sir. So with this,
Okay, then we can.
concluding, yes, sir. So with this, we are concluding today's motivational speech, and we will all be meeting on some other day with some other motivational speech by other eminent speakers. Till then, you all please enjoy your studies and enjoy your time. Please be safe and stay healthy. Wish you all a very good night.
Thank you, sir.
Right, sir.
Okay, thank you, and good night.
Thank you, thank you once again. Good night, sir.
Good night. Good night. Leaving.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you. See you.
Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Kumapati, other faculty colleagues and students.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, I'm closing the meeting.
Yes, yes, sir.